the sun. It's a little dusty. Ha! Done. Hey guys, welcome to my little studio. It's been a while since I've seen you guys, and I've been, going back to the drawing board, trying to get myself re-inspired again, which is why I'm really happy to announce a new series on my channel called So What, where I sit down and I breathe new life into vintage pieces and things that I just had in my closet for a while through sewing. I am so stoked for the series, to say the least. I actually used to be a design major at FIT, and while I ate, breathed, and drank sewing, I miss it so much. So I'm really happy to be able to sew on my own accord and make things that my imagination will allow me to. But before I start, I wanted to thank Curology for sponsoring this video. I am so excited to be partnering with them because they've been such a huge transformation to my skin. I actually didn't grow up with acne, but as an adult, I've been getting a lot of hormonal acne that's honestly just been almost a little bit debilitating, since I do edit my videos quite a lot and my face is at the forefront of everything. I've sometimes felt very self-conscious about particularly the sides of my face, since I have acne here. I actually used to have acne on this side, but as you guys can see, there is nothing there. But on this side, the scarring has actually kind of like gone down, the redness and all of the hyperpigmentation that I had, because that's where most of the acne was focused. I remember getting like 3 breakouts at a time, and Curology's really treated me to the point that I only get 1 every month. And then after that, I just wait until it disappears after like a day or something. My face has really started to reduce in redness, and my pores are starting to look a lot more closed and amazing. But I'm gonna turn back time to this morning when I was actually applying my skincare. Got no makeup on, and I've got my 3 steps for Curology. Curology is a customized skincare regime made especially for you. For me, it helped with the acne and redness, but they also help with general skincare maintenance, fighting against scarring, your pores, and anti-aging. Comes with a cleanser, and then this really special little formula and the moisturizer. It's vegan, cruelty-free, bunny certified. To get this specific formula, I actually went online, answered some questions on a quiz, and I talked to a skincare provider. You want to give it a go, you get your first month free using my link down below. Just pay $4.95 shipping and handling, and that's it. So I've got here a couple of pretty vintage tops that I'm really excited to crop, because I love all their little vintage details they have, particularly these 3 right here. And I just feel like wearing them the way they are right now is just a little bit too stuffy. As you guys probably know, a lot of vintage pieces are more conservative in their silhouettes. So I thought that just by cropping them, it allows me to still embrace their beauty while, sorry, losing my voice here, while also feeling modern. So embracing your inner abuelita without actually looking like one. Some are a little bit more difficult to sew than others. In particular, this banana yellow shirt that I'm sure a lot of you guys have already seen on my channel. I love it so much. It has all of these gorgeous eyelets on it. Highly recommend starting with fabric that's a lot more substantial, not as slippery. But this one is more cottony, and it's a little bit rougher to the touch in comparison to that poly silk situation that the other one has. It has these princess seams here, so it kind of makes it more flared at the bottom, which in my opinion, it just makes it look a lot more outdated. And so I think that by cropping it, you kind of just get rid of that, make it a little bit more boxy. I have my box of industrial pins from when I was in college. I'm just gonna take one and I'm gonna use it to mark the center front of my shirt. I'm not gonna mark anywhere else just because I wanna use this as a guide to where I'm actually gonna cut the rest. So for the rest, I'm probably just gonna be using rulers to mark it. But as a little rule of thumb, I am wearing some high-waisted bottoms just so that I kind of know where the waist of that starts. You can do a little bit above, below, just make sure that you're standing straight. That way, you don't end up making it too high. And there you go. I'm gonna do that to the rest of them, and then we're gonna mark it with some chalk or pins, depending on what you have. Oh, that's better. This is probably the most spacious place where I can lay out all of my fabric, and is also flat, which is very important. You don't wanna, end up cutting your hem all wonky. So I've laid out the shirt that I'm gonna start cutting out first. I have an L-square ruler because it makes it super easy to line up against your center front and help guide you going straight across from either side of the garment. You don't need an L-square, but it definitely helps out a lot. I'm also going to be using some pins. Some people like to use chalk, preferably white, but of course white chalk doesn't show up on yellow fabric. I'm saying a lot of pretty obvious things right now, I'm sorry. And then I've got a little pair of handy dandy scissors that I got from my kitchen, but this is not recommended because I have definitely used this on paper, thus making it blunt, making it harder to cut fabric out. This part is pretty straightforward. Just straightforward. Just cut a straight line across. Make sure you eyeball it. Another way to check to see if you're going straight across is by checking the length of the side seam from the underarm to where your hem is. So for me, it's 8 inches and a quarter down. I'm gonna keep the rest of the scraps, that way I can test all of my stitches with my sewing machine, and I could also make scrunchies out of these later on. Got my shirt, and now for the mind-boggling part. You literally just fold once in like maybe a quarter of an inch and fold again. I pinned everything across my entire hem because I want to make sure that the fold doesn't unfold as I sew. I've got it at 3 in the stitch width, 2 in the tension. Now I've just got my fold lined up to that little edge right there. Let me see if I can zoom in. I'm very zoomed in. Backtrack at the very beginning of your stitch. That way it stays nice and secure and you don't have to worry about it coming apart. Full steam ahead. Just kidding, take your time. Very slowly. You don't want to go too crazy. Ah, it's so cute. I hope I'm not being too ambitious in saying this, but I really want you guys to be able to watch these kinds of videos and just inspire you guys to try something new out and look at a piece of clothing that you've been tired of for years and give it something that you feel like is kind of missing, because in doing that, it's definitely a more sustainable alternative than going out and buying yourself a brand new piece that is essentially similar but has that thing that you wish you could just change about it. Hopefully you guys are here for it. Let me know in a comment down below or give this video a like so that I can kind of have an idea for what you guys enjoy and genuinely want to see. After a couple of hours of slowly sewing hems and accidentally stabbing my fingers with pins, I now have a cute little spring lookbook for y'all on how I style 3 vintage crop tops. The first top I've got is this puff sleeve delicate top that I cropped, turning it into a flirty little number. I went ahead and tied it up for this outfit just to balance out my figure a little bit, you know, give it some shape. I thought this look would be adorable for when the warm weather catches up on us and we can actually picnic again. The bottom half of my body dons this pair of shorts that I thrifted, originally by Guess. But the vintage doesn't stop there. I also threw on this cute hand-painted bag that I thrifted in Brooklyn last year. I definitely don't wear enough of it, but you know what? Something tells me it'll be a regular part of my wardrobe this spring and summer. Second top I styled went from looking like something straight out of the 90s to a perfect, simple, cropped, everyday situation. And because of its simplicity, I really wanted to style it with fun textures and colors. So for bottoms, I slid into these amazing creamsicle colored corduroy pants. They have this adorable ditzy floral print within its stripes. And then to add even more depth to the color in this outfit, I styled it with this boxy leather bag. As for the silky top, I definitely wanted to somehow accent its natural vintage vibes. I slid into my favorite oversized white denim jacket, and then I went ahead and added tiny little details to give it some life. This makes it really whimsical, but to add a little bit of wearability, I'm wearing my mom jeans. And the last little touch is this hat that I like to style to accentuate my naturally curly buns. That's it, y'all. Thanks so much for watching my first ever So What segment. Did you like it? Let me know your thoughts in a comment. I would love to know and chat with you guys as always. I love y'all so much, and I will see you in the next one.